Hey there, guys, it's controversial. So, today I just wanted to talk a little bit about abortion. Now, when it comes to abortion and stuff, there's many different opinions and whatnot when it comes to abortion, and especially with the way people deal with it. And honestly, I feel that these days people want too much validation. People want too much notoriety for doing certain things. I feel like in life they should like discretion should be really taken into consideration when it comes to certain things. Like honestly, with for example, with abortion, I genuinely feel like it is your body, your choice. If you and the other person that you're with can, like, if the man consents, for example, if he wants the child but you don't want to keep the child, I feel like if you can both come to a mutual agreement that you don't think, like, you don't feel that it's the right time to have a child, I would say you do you. I'm not condoning abortion, but like, your body, your choice. Because listen, at the end of the day, if you feel that you're not mentally ready for a child or that you cannot accept a child in your life right now, either you give the child up for adoption, or then you take the alternative motive. But when it comes to that, you have to make sure that you make that decision very early. And the other thing with abortion is that, like, abortion isn't a like abortion isn't like a restart button for you when you have a child. There are some sick people out there who always want to run to abortion. Like, I don't know what happens when it comes to abortion, but like, something that people need to take into consideration is that discretion is advised. And if you honestly decide to have an abortion, that's your personal business. Stop announcing everything. I'm sick and tired of people announcing personal things and putting the personal feelings out there. Honestly, like, oversharing, there's such a thing as oversharing. You see it all over social media. And it's really sickening that some people have no decency as a means to have statute of limitations on talking about certain things. And you know, if you take into consideration the type of people these are, if if for example, if you're not ready for if you're not ready to have a child in your life, then you shouldn't, like, whether it be financially or or emotionally. If you feel that you cannot be emotionally available for that child, then don't then you shouldn't necessarily be in relationships anyway. Like, especially if financially, I feel like it is very crucial. I feel like it is very crucial I feel like it is very crucial as a means to provide for the child. If you go out there sleeping around, or if you're out there partying, then surely in your mind you should know, if I have a child, be by accident or on purpose, how am I gonna provide for this child? How am I going to how am I going to cater a life for this child? And the thing I've noticed about having kids, stupid people have more kids than smart people. Let me just tell you that. Let me just tell you that. Smart people are a lot more careful with having kids than stupid people are. Stupid people just have kids like a disease, like an infestation, having kids left, right, and center. Like, this is why you find that people in the poor neighborhoods usually have more kids than people in the rich neighborhoods. People, like, for example, people in the rich neighborhoods, like, have kids in their 30s. Poor people have kids in their 20s, like, legit. They get married early, they have kids early, and then later on in life, when they hit their 30s and stuff, they regret everything. Like, they regret all their life decisions, and then they reflect on their life at the fact that they probably never went to college, they never went to university, and instead of doing university, instead of going to college, instead of starting a business, instead of doing something with their life, they instead wanted to have kids. Like, if you don't have money, if you cannot afford a child, because people, raising a child is expensive, and remember, not all babies are perfect. Some babies come out with some really serious health issues or health risks. Oh no, these are health issues. Like, not every baby comes out with a strong immune system. Not every baby comes out perfect. This whole narrative of babies and being perfect is really hurting the reproductive, reproduction, like the what's it the like is really hurting the future of humanity, populating the population. Because like you need to take into consideration, what if your baby has heart issues and out like when it's born it requires open heart surgery, or your baby comes out with a deformity, or your baby comes out with a with the immunodeficiency. Like, you honestly need to be ready for anything when it comes to life. And if you're not ready for, like, you need to be ready for the worst case scenario in order to be ready for the best case scenario. Because the thing is, positivity, yeah, positivity. Think about the best case scenario, but you're not even thinking about the worst case scenario. Like, listen, if you're someone who knows what you're doing, you think about the worst case scenario and think about a way out of the worst case scenario before you think about going to the good case scenario. And kids these days, I'm telling you, it's one of the worst and most useless expenses you could ever have currently. Like, people having kids, like, this is why I made my video, people should stop having kids, because I feel like there's a huge void in society now. Parents are just having kids, they pop them out, and then immediately, like, they tell, like, when they and then like immediately, like, when they start growing up a bit, like maybe hit 13, like they give them a smartphone and an internet connection and a credit card or whatever, and they expect that's how you raise a child. You don't raise a child like that. Giving a small infant, like 13 for example, is still a child, and then you give them a smartphone, you give them internet and a credit. I'm telling you, abortion is a really hard decision to make, and it should not be taken lightly, especially with today's society. Like, people seriously need to check themselves about what they want in life first. Don't just rush to relationships, because I said before, if you don't have money, for example, like if you don't have money and you know you cannot provide for a child, you shouldn't necessarily be in a relationship. You shouldn't necessarily be going to parties and stuff. You see, your idea of fun, like specific, like if your idea of fun is harmful to you and the person that you with, then it's not fun. Be careful with what you do in life, and it's very important that you take into consideration a what if situation. Because I'm telling you, people, a child can be a child children hurt lives, people. Like, even though the child could not, like, physically and mentally, like, destroy your life, a baby waking up at 3 a.m., waking up so, if you honestly want to go down that route, you do you, fam. Jeez. Like, people say, what if you have a child by accident? Listen, if I don't want to, like, if I don't want to increase the chances of me having a child, I will not be in a relationship. If you honestly want to sleep around with someone else who doesn't want kids. Don't go to parties and everything where you know that people will be loose and drunk, because then you might forget to put on a condom, or a woman might forget to tell the man to put on a condom, and then what are you, like, you left with a baby. Oh my goodness. I have seen so many young girls when I was in high school get pregnant and then they had to graduate pregnant, or they had to graduate as a teen mom. My goodness, I mean, my goodness, that's embarrassing. But anyway, guys, this is controversial saying, men, keep it in your pants, women, keep your legs closed. Jeez, before you ruin an innocent child's life and end up with like a serial killer or something on your hands. Like, generally, messed up parents raise messed up kids. It's not every child that is raised in a hard situation that comes out okay. Like, you'll be lucky if your child comes out with with a lot of trauma and whatnot, but he's a really nice person. Like, don't gamble that stuff. But anyway, guys, this is controversial. Signing out. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.